Right, I'm gonna. As Sam briefly mentioned there, I was defending Avatar's script yesterday because I think I like the hero's journey, but I like Dances with Wolves, I like The Last Samurai, and I like the plot of Avatar. I like that story.
I've just seen it.
Right. Yeah, well, I've seen it before, but I do like it. I have no complaints. I think that the strongest parts of Avatar are the characters, the plot, and the acting, and those are the three things that people shit on. But those are the three things that I think it's worth watching for.
Yeah. So you hate what people love it for.
I hate the bells and whistles. To me, this is without a doubt the best CGI I've ever seen. That's not to say it's flawless. Like, I'm well aware that it's CG while I'm watching it. Like, I'm not at any point in the film, even on my first viewing, I was at no point engulfed by the magic of it.
You never forgot that you were watching.
No, like when we were talking about The Dark Knight earlier on, I saw that and I forgot that I as a person existed. I forgot about all the problems going on around me and shit, and I was in that movie.
I mean, I never went as far as you did deep into it, but I forgot I was watching a film about a man in a cape.
Yeah.
You know, that's where I went.
But with Avatar, I saw it as fluffy entertainment with very good special effects, but they are special effects, and it just... I'm not going to say it's lazy filmmaking at all, but I think there's some... It's really difficult to explain, but anybody who's grown up watching movies like we have, there is a certain magical element to seeing a stuntman throw himself off a building, right? There is something there. There is a dude putting his life at risk, or
to entertain us.
And to go back to Hellboy, Ron Perlman in the Hellboy suit. There is a guy acting through prosthetics and doing a cracking fucking job of it.
I mean, linking in, that's why there's not going to be a Hellboy 3, because Ron Perlman, bless him, went too old to wear that much. No, he's literally gone, I'm done. You know, and fair play. I mean, and to me, this is why we were a certain example. We showed Dark Knight, we showed Raiders, and said these are movies which basically had a piece of populist entertainment but snuck something else in there.
Yeah.
With Avatar, there's nothing there. It's pure surface.
I'm getting a bit scared of Bev.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. There's glareage. Well, you've got to admit, it's pure surface. I know you could say, it's basically, it's, you know, a representative of the American Indian indigenous people, and maybe that's why I can't connect with it, because that's an American's hang-up. That ain't mine. I had the British Empire. We enslaved way more races than America did. But there's no weight to it. There's nothing there. I can never get on board with this film. And also, because you noticed this, because you'd never seen it on a home theatre, and you agree with me on this. Avatar is a bright, beautiful movie through the filtration of the darker lenses of the 3D glasses. I have on my TV a muted colour palette, right? Okay, so I prefer more realistic look to my movies anyway, but you got to agree with me on this, Jack. Avatar, without the filtration of 3D lenses, is too damn bright.
It did look a bit cartoony, and because it's shot on digital, there was no texture there to kind of mute the colours at all. It was because it's like, with it being digital, it's like looking through a window, as you put it.
Yeah.
So there is nothing between you and the colours on screen, and they were a bit cartoonish, I have to say. Right.
Although for clarity of transfer, I will say, for actual clarity, not for filming look, but for clarity, it is. You're not going to see a transfer.
Yeah, it is the dog's bollocks, isn't it? In terms, like, my favourite transfer that I've seen so far is Zodiac on Blu-ray.
Yeah, actually, I was very impressed.
And I have to say that pips Avatar to the post because of its colour palette.
Yeah.
Like, well, Avatar, cracking picture quality, but again, this goes back to the film versus digital argument. It lacked any texture. Like, film, 35mm celluloid is the best quality film, like anything to put images on that you can get. It's scaled down on cinema screens because the quality is so vast, they have to scale it down.
Yeah.
So digital is just like a quick and easy way to get a good picture, and you lose the texture of the actual film itself, you know.
I mean, just to interject, one of the Blu-rays we picked up, because we're going into a bit of techie speak here, but it's one of the Blu-rays, and you were amazed, because I threw it on for a few minutes, and I threw on Casablanca, which you've not seen for a while, but you saw that and went, wow.
Last time I saw Casablanca, I think it was on VHS, and I watched it with my grandparents. So to see the Blu-ray
Yeah.
That I must admit, that was breathtaking.
Yeah.
The especially on the crowd scene at the beginning.
Yeah, you were very
that I must admit that took my breath away. But yeah, so with Avatar, it's a good picture quality. It's just it doesn't suit without the 3D, to be honest.
There's nothing for me. There's nothing there, and I found an almost, not to go on too long about it, but I found an almost hysteria with Avatar. It's so deep, it's so profound. There's no profundity here. You've got to agree with me on this. There's no profundity in Avatar.
Like you said, it's a huge popcorn flick, and there's nothing behind it.
And if it had been presented as such, I would have accepted it more. If Jim Cameron had went, I'm just creating a bloody, it's an action flick, I'd have probably enjoyed it. But even James Cameron himself kind of went, well, kind of making a comment with this movie.
But again, we can't really comment on that because we're English. More specifically, we're from Lancashire, which means we don't really give a shit about anything.
Yeah.
So
does it have a pie? No, I'm not interested.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe for Americans, and I'm not saying this, I'm not playing into that stereotype or anything like that, but it might have a bit more weight behind it, because this is the history.
A bit more resonance.
Yeah, it's the history of modern American culture told in a sci-fi story.
With blue people.
With blue people. Yeah. And, I get that. I get why it would be a success over there. Yeah, I get why people over there want to see that story told in different ways. Fair play to you, and I think to take an interest in your country's history like that is admirable.
In fairness, just to go off on a real tangent, as you said, that was showing how Avatar, the film, showed another culture. That's a tradition in science fiction, because that's what War of the Worlds is. The story of War of the Worlds is this is how our big machines look when we hit the land of Johnny Foreigner.
Yeah.
That was what he was saying. So yeah, you could say James Cameron's steeping in tradition.